LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.
Hello everyone and welcome to Talkin Town Talk. I'm your host for tonight's show, Larry Seidlinger, and today we're in Waldo and we got something just a little bit different for you. I have a couple of characters here that I've picked up off the street. No, I'm just kidding. With me is John Blodgett and Bill Maxwell. They are the ringleaders of this great gala we're going to have in Waldoboro June 17th and 18th. The Sescennial, is that how you say that? Sescennial?
Sescennial
birthday, in other words, their 250th birthday party. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're in the Historical Society here in Waldoboro, which is kind of fitting, going back 250 years here, that we're talking about Waldoboro and a building that has a whole lot of history in it.
Yep. Sure does.
So, let's talk a little bit about your background. John, you're both Waldoboro boys, born and brought up, went local schools, Dormant Valley graduates. You're a retired Marine.
Retired and been retired 19 years already.
Almost as long as you was in.
I was in 21 years in the Marine Corps.
And you travel all over the world?
Everywhere.
Thank you for your service. And Bill, you're a local guy.
I sure am.
And like I started talking off camera, I saw you in Damascus once, so I know you've been out of Waldoboro.
I travel. I've been south Waldoboro.
South Bristol.
South Bristol.
Been around.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your backgrounds and histories of being in Waldoboro. Why did you guys want to get involved in this 250th birthday party? John, I'll start with you.
Well, for me, quite simply, it was pretty easy. I was around in 1973 when Waldoboro's bicentennial was happening.
You must have just got around.
I was just a little fella. and coincidentally, my father, Bill Blodgett, was the chairperson for that committee. And when we came to the meetings, I was invited to come to the meetings, and coincidentally, I got chosen as the chair. So I'm kind of following in Dad's footsteps.
Not bad footsteps to follow in.
In the past 50 years since then, seen a lot of things happen here in the town, a lot of good things happen in the town, a lot of history, and just want to make sure we can document it so that in another 50 years, at the 300th anniversary, that we have a good track record there for people to follow.
And Bill?
Well, like John, I remember 73, and I think John can correct me if I remember right. His mother was a Cub Scout leader, something to that, pack leader, I think. And I remember the cute little vests and the knickers, and we dressed up like little bicentennial men for the parade. But I in it because being, the vice president of the Waldoboro Historical Society, felt it was, we should have some part to be with this big event. And Gene, the late Gene Lawrence, and I, a couple years ago, tried to get the ball rolling. And finally, the selectmen and the town realized, it's coming up quick.
It takes a little bit to get old Mo going, but once you get it going, and God bless her, she just recently passed, but yep. Jean she wasn't very big, but she was a fireball.
She was.
And she was into this historical society, which of all the towns around that have historical societies, you guys got to be really proud, because this building is just, every time I come in here, I say like, wow, look at all the stuff that's going on. Being a sports nut, I love going over in the baseball and seeing all the stuff that's going on back there. But so, how is the town, John, I'll ask you, you're the chair, Billy's the vice chair. How has the town got involved in this celebration?
Well, I'll tell you, a year ago we sat at the town office and we were forming this committee. And we were trying to figure out which way to go. And within 2 or 3 meetings, we realized that we have a direction, we know when we're going to have it, we know where we're going to have it. We put the word out there. We've had terrific support from community members, businesses, organizations. Just the support has been fantastic. And I tell you, I'm really proud of this town stepping up and helping us out. If you would ask me a year ago, I wouldn't know how we can get anything done. But we're a month from it right now, and everyone's really stepped up to help us out.
Called panic time. Stuff's
Yeah.
it's going to
Yeah.
happen. It's like having a baby. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not.
Things are happening right now.
And Bill, what was your part in bringing this together?
Just supporting John and really helping out the people that maybe haven't been part of a group setting, because some people are a little shy on making decisions, and it's like sending the kid out of the nest, make a decision, be a support role for them.
Well, both you fellas are involved in town politics. Your budget committees, and I think selectmen going to be, or you just got elected?
I'm running this year.
You're running. You're going to be a selectman, hopefully.
Turned into a campaign vote.
But has it been a challenge trying to get everybody on board with this?
Oh, definitely. You know, you got 11, 12 people on the committee, and it's like any other organization. You've got different personalities and different ideas, and you know, if we went in every direction, we'd never get it done. So we have to corral and get everybody on the same page.
So John is the leader of this. How many meetings have you had since you initially started?
How big or how many?
How many?
We've had every 2 weeks since last May.
So for a year.
For a year, every 2 weeks we've met. That's just as a group meetings. Then we've had individual meetings here and there, but for the most part, at least 2 or 3 a month.
Hasn't consumed your life yet?
It's starting to. No, actually, it just as we knew, as we get closer, things are going to get busier, and we're going to have to get it done.
So on the 19th of June, there's going to be this big.
Probably not. Probably not, because then I'm going to get the after-action reports from people on what we did good, what we did.
Lessons learned.
Lessons learned.
Yeah.
As one who's been involved in the Pumpkin Fest in Damascotta for 15, 18, I don't know how many years, a lot of years, those lessons learned are always kind of fun, because not that you want to do it in a big hurry to do it again,
Right.
but what you could have done different and what you could have learned.
Well, because after that, we got to start planning for Waldoboro Day next year.
Right.
And I'm sure someone's going to be asked to be part of that committee.
Yeah, and he'll do a good job running Waldo Day next year.
You're stepping back a little bit, letting the junior take the
I've
lead.
got my hands full here, I think.
That's good stuff. So the history, let's talk a little bit about this 250. Billy, you're a real historian. Waldoboro was built on the banks of this river here. It was a shipbuilding community eventually. It was a clearinghouse for customs and whatnot, but it's also a farming community. And talk a little bit about what has changed in 250 years.
Well, you know, the shipbuilding, that was the primary thing in Waldoboro. There was at least, 9 or 10 shipyards up and down that river. And the logging industry, harvesting wood down in Broad Cove, or what they called Leverett back in the day. But the change recently, even more. I mean, let's go back to into the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Look at all the businesses that Waldoboro used to have. Sylvania.
It's kind of a little bit of a manufacturing town.
Yeah, the button factory, Sylvania,
The cannon factory.
Cannon factory. And I remember as a kid, and John probably could tell you, if we went downtown at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you weren't getting through the center of town because Sylvania was letting out. And it was like a daily parade of cars coming out of there. So a lot of businesses in the last, say, 50 years have disappeared. So.
It's been a big transformation, but do you guys, being natives and guys that live here, settle down now, do you see the transformation of the town now? Is Waldoboro maybe almost like a bedroom community of Rockland and Augusta where people travel to work?
I think I found it more of a retirement type community because, all the years, I've been involved in Little League.
Sure.
Back in my day, they had 6, 7 boys teams. And now they have all these do struggle to get one team. So the older folks are moving in without the children.
John, how do you see the transformation of Waldoboro from all the manufacturing that's left to this community that it is today?
Well, just like Bill said, we've lost a lot of businesses in the community, which obviously the employees for people, so a lot of people in town work out of town. But I will say there's a lot of good things starting to happen within the town. We just opened up a couple new places in the village, and hopefully more will come in the village, and we can make that a gathering place for folks again, like it was 50, 60 years ago. Just like Bill said, when we were kids, village was everything. It was a grocery store, banks, everything was right down in the village. but hopefully we can get people to move back down in there, because we have Route 1 right here. There's no reason why people can't travel down through the village to
You have a
help
very,
us grow.
very quaint little village here, overlooks the river. You also have, I think, in Waldoboro, they're not generally, you have a back to the nature of a lot of small farms. You've got a prize award-winning cheese farmer down here on Friendship Street.
Yep.
You've got some alpaca farms and some small,
Morse sauerkraut.
which has taken a huge transformation. Back when I was a kid, Morse sauerkraut was famous all over the country.
Yep.
And that's kind of like a boutique place now.
Yep.
Interesting. What? How do you see this event? Do you see it bring a lot of people to town? This 250 celebration?
I think you will. We had an event similar to this in 2013 for the fire department. Brought a lot of people. And this is going to do the same thing. Hopefully, we're going to reach out to neighboring communities, as well as it's the start of the summer. We're going to have folks coming in here to visit us from away.
So, Billy, take us through a little bit of the events of starting on a Friday night.
Well, Friday afternoon, actually, starting around 4:30 out at Delano's Seafood. They're sponsoring a car show, and they're giving out one award, People's Choice, so everybody can go out between 4 to about 6:45. You can cast your vote for the car that you like the best, car, truck, motorcycle, and the committee bought a trophy for them. It's a 6 foot
big
tall,
one, huh?
6 foot tall trophy.
You're going to have to pick somebody with a pickup truck to haul it home.
And then at 6 o'clock, there's going to be a time capsule burial at the front of the town office.
So let me stop you right there. John, what's going in that time capsule?
Oh, there'll be a lot of good stuff. we're actually encouraged.
So what store do I go to buy good stuff? Because there's a lot of...
Well, for example, we're going to have we have a book we've published talking about the 250th. We have a coin. Bill's got a coin that we're going to put in there. We're going to put
Did you put any baseball cards in there?
I'm sure we'll find some local baseball cards.
You know, I could probably come up with a Clyde Suitforth baseball
I was just going to say, there's got to be a Clyde
Suitforth.
Suitforth.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff in the past 50 years of Waldoboro. We've actually encouraged some of the students in the schools. Maybe if they want to write a little handwritten note, we'll stick it in there, because in
50 more years, those kids are going to be sitting in your belly, John.
They're going to open up.
That's
Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be around. If I am, I won't be in the position to be able to pull that.
You definitely won't be running that road race.
But we'd love to have some kids participate in putting something in that time cap.
And where is that going to be? Time capsule going to be buried?
Right at the town office, right in front of the flagpole.
So you have a marker there?
That little grassy area.
Yep.
And then we're going to have to probably put up a little sign or a marker after the fact. But
So starting Saturday morning, what happens Saturday morning?
well, Saturday morning there's a road race John was going to run.
No, with a pancake
pancake
breakfast.
breakfast.
We got a pancake
That's
breakfast
right.
happening at Legion Hall. It's sponsored by the Waldoboro Baptist Church, and it's free to anyone that wants to come and eat breakfast.
There you go.
No charge. Yep.
He kept that for me, Larry. He didn't tell me that. It said something about free food.
So after you got to fill a pancakes, then what do we do?
Then we're going to go run the road race.
run the road race.
Yeah. Oh, the road race, opening ceremony at the Old German Church at 9:30. That's only going to maybe be a half hour, 45-minute little ceremony. And then it's a parade at noon. The Waldo Theater's got a movie at 10 o'clock for the kids.
That morning?
A free kids movie.
Where's the parade start?
Down at the old Sylvania lot, right across from the bowling alley. Sammy's Family Entertainment.
Let me back up a little bit. And the parade is starting where?
Starting where?
Starting where? Where's the start-finish line for the parade? For the
road race?
For the road race, excuse me.
The start and finish line for the road race is in front of the drugstore right in the village of Waldoboro.
The big prize money for the winner?
Depends how many show up.
So take us into the afternoon. You got a lot of events planned.
Oh, starting at 1 o'clock over at the Waldoboro Recreation Complex on the
Over on Miller School, behind Miller
behind
School?
there at the Clyde Suitforth Little League Field and the Chuck Begley Field. But on the Suitforth Field will be the stage And live music starting at 1 o'clock right up till 10 o'clock at night, I believe.
We got live bands all through the night. Yep.
And I hear you've got a band from Thompson that's getting pretty well known.
Yes. The Watts Hall Band, they're our showcase band, and they actually will start playing right around 7 o'clock at night. 7 through 10 o'clock.
They'll take a little break for the fireworks that go off at 9.
I was just going to say, you do have some fireworks that night.
Yep.
And then Sunday morning for the folks at home.
Sleep late.
Well, you might want to go to church.
Yep. Sunday being Father's Day, it was a difficult decision to have it this weekend because of Father's Day. But like you said, Sunday morning folks can go to church, do what they do in the mornings, and then we have some activities happening in the afternoon. One of those activities being to have a home run derby. Home run derby is going to be right there on the the Chuck Begley field right behind Miller School. So if you want to come hit a softball or baseball home run derby, there you go.
Do you have age limit in there? You know,
No.
over 70.
No.
There's a special category. I might enter.
The Waldo rec director, Marcus Benner, he's bought these really special balls and bats, so anybody can hit one out.
Okay, then I might definitely come over.
We've got a cornhole tournament happening right here, the Cornhole Connection, across from the Waldo town office. It's a new business in town, and they're going to sponsor a cornhole tournament, and that's at, it's on my list, 2 o'clock, I believe. Don't quote me on that. We also have a chicken barbecue happening down at the Oddfellows Hall, Solomon.
The old Grange Hall.
Old Grange Hall.
King Solomon's Lodge.
Down in the village.
And the firemen putting that on?
Nope.
King Solomon's Lodge.
Oh, the lodge,
lodges,
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's going to be music there as well as the Waldo Lions Club will be serving free ice cream.
And then at about 4 o'clock, there'll be a very simple closing ceremony with the Waldo Garden Club, planting a tree or a bush at the public landing to commemorate.
Over here on Pine
to
Street?
commemorate the 250th anniversary.
Talk a little bit about some of the businesses that have stepped up to sponsor this.
Oh gosh, where do we start?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's why I asked you. That's why I'm asking the questions, Joe.
We'd have to name every business in town. I don't think.
How has the support been?
It's been great.
Wonderful.
It's been great.
Exceeded your expectations?
Very much.
By far.
Yeah.
It's been great support. Not only the businesses, but also some local personal donations from folks, both with ideas and event things we can do for the event and money, obviously. But it's been great.
It does take money to put these things together.
It does.
a lot of money.
Because again, it's all we're not going to go to the town to get money to put on the celebration, because we're doing this for the townspeople.
Like I said, being involved in the Pumpkin Fest for so many years, I understand what it costs to put. It starts with insurance.
Yeah.
And that ain't cheap. What has been your biggest surprise going into this? What has surprised you the most?
On how much it grew. When we first met, initially we weren't talking 3 days. Well, we started to cram everything into one day. We realized we need to go 2.5 days. Like the bicentennial was a whole week long. We don't have the manpower or the assets to do it the whole week. But 2.5, it grew quick. By the time we started adding things and realized what people wanted to do and see.
What's your biggest hurdle you've ever had to overcome, Bill?
Be nice.
Well, he may struggle here a little bit, but he's been in politics long enough, so he understands.
No, it's just, you've got a lot of people involved, and we all have our ideas. And like John said, we're taking a lot of things and cramming it into a 3-day period. So sometimes somebody has to be told, no, we really can't, or,
there has to
cool
be
it a little bit.
Meetings of the minds.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest thing. But like John said, this grew. Even the people involved. I mean, when we first meeting, we might have had 7 people, and now we got 12, 13 that comes to it.
There are meetings every other week.
So a lot of community members have got interested.
As you get closer, the meetings get more frequent.
Yes, actually, starting last night, every Monday night, we're going to meet as a group. And then again, like I said, we're going to have individual meetings, like we're meeting today. I've got to go to a meeting, as soon as this is over, I got to go and run another small meeting on it.
So talk about you got social media pages, Bill?
Yeah, Facebook page is all we have, and I'm the one that asked to put up the post about the businesses that donate. We try to get them recognized, whether they're gold, bronze, silver, platinum, or just an event sponsor.
And on that Facebook page, you can also find the list of events as they're happening.
As they happen, yeah.
And at the end of this show, folks at home watching, we will run that same schedule too for people to see. What am I missing here? What is the one unique thing that's we need to talk about that we've missed here? There must be something, because Waldoboro's full of stories. You've had some characters come forward, I know.
We can't share them on air. That's the problem.
Well, we are going to be going out and talking to some local personalities, and hopefully we can get get them to get in front of the camera and talk about their experiences and what they've seen in the past 50, 60. Even we have one resident that's over 100 years old. We're going to try and get her on camera, and she can talk about her experiences. And we're failing to mention the clammers.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Waldoboro is
famous
for the clams. That Madomic River employs a lot of folks and supports a lot of families.
And it has for a lot of years.
Many years.
And the clam, I call them the clam diggers, the shellfish harvesters. They're going to they're going to be participating, and they're going to be serving steamed clams at the event. Oh. And we got a lot of good food happening at the event on the field behind Miller School that day. But,
so they're going to have a real old-fashioned clam bake up there?
Yep. Yep.
A lot of activities for the children too. What's the establishment down in Bristol, I believe? It has all the bouncy houses and stuff.
Yep.
Having them come up, and Pam Jameson, who's in charge of the activities. A lot of activities for the kids.
I want to go back to those clam diggers. That river, the Waldoboro River, of course, it's I guess it's pretty well no secret. It's the largest clam-producing river in the state of Maine. But how many families and how many kids have gone to college, and worked their way through high school, helped their kids go through high school and college out of that river? And it's kind of sad now. There's not very many clam buyers in town. But back in the 80s, there was half a dozen.
Yeah.
I dug clams there when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah.
In Waldoboro, I know there was 2 or 3 at one time that would buy clams easily.
Yeah, in the 80s, there was Clayton Smith up on 220. There was Kenny Walls, Tom Winchenbach.
Tommy Winchenbach,
I started buying back in the 80s over on Duck Puddle Road.
Oh, that's right.
Bobby Elliott over in Damascotta was buying, Kyle Kreutz in Thomaston. There was clam buyers everywhere. There was clam buyers everywhere. River was a big producer and put a lot of people
in the shellfish harvest, the committee, they've really come a long way with that river.
They've done a tremendous
very
job.
proud of what we've done in that river, and because we know that it's going to be the future of Waldoboro.
It sure is. It's and also now you've got another industry that's come to town in the last 10 years or so is the Elvas in the spring.
Yes. Yep. The Elvers, and if you haven't noticed, the
new counter.
We got the Elwise being counted right now as we speak, going up through the river.
It's going to make this Midcoast area a world-class freshwater fishing area.
Yep.
We're getting off subject a little bit, but the Elwise are huge. Over in Damascotta Mills and down in Pemaquid, now here over in Warren. Yep. They all go to a lake somewhere. So that's good stuff. Getting back to this celebration, if anybody wants to come and stay in Waldoboro, is there any bed and breakfasts available?
We have several bed and breakfasts in town.
Is there no vacancy signs out?
Haven't seen any yet.
Moody's Cabins.
And
we actually have one participant in the parade that's going to be staying at Moody's Cabins.
Do you have a Grand Marshal for the parade?
Yes, we do. Good question. We're in honor of the...
I'm full of good questions. I don't have many answers, but I have good questions.
The Storer family.
Freddie Storer's family?
Freddie Storer, Storer's Lumber. They are the Grand Marshals. We are kind of dedicating this weekend to them because they are the oldest existing current business in town. They've been around since the late 1800s, owned by the same family, and they are going to be leading the parade. They're going to be...
You just stole one of my questions. You know that, John. That was one of my questions. Who is the oldest business in town?
That's Storer's Lumber.
Storer's Lumber.
So Freddie's going to be the Grand Marshal?
Well, Freddie's family is.
The family will be represented.
A Storer lumber truck will be leading the parade.
Oh, nice. Is Jeff out to Northeast Transport got a truck or two in the parade?
Jeff's said he's going to have at least one truck in the parade. Yep. Yeah, we get a lot of the businesses are going to have either floats or some type of vehicle or marching unit in the parade.
So for the folks at home that won't be able, unfortunately won't be able to hear, LCTV will be filming that parade. We'll be filming all weekend there, and we'll be putting together a show for the birthday party group over there. Then we'll have that when in Waldoboro days. Is that when you're planning on doing the show and showing people what we did back in June?
Oktoberfest is what we're shooting for.
Well, we're shooting for this fall to have a production at the Waldo Theater showing what we did.
A premiere.
A premiere.
Yeah, well, we're excited about doing it. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for Talkin' Town Talk here for this Saturday night. My guests this week have been Bill Maxwell and John Blodgett, the ringleaders of this 250th birthday party here in Waldoboro. It's been a lot of fun sitting down here in the Historical Society. I can feel Gene Lawrence looking over my shoulder.
Yep.
As for you folks at home know, Gene was a long-time staunch supporter of this Historical Society. We're going to miss her, but her son is going to speak
Yes,
at
on
the opening ceremony. So we're looking forward to that. So, folks, 250th birthday starts June 16th on a Friday afternoon, go around 17th and 18th. We ask you to join us here in Waldoboro. Check it out. And we thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here on Talkin' Town Talk.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Been a lot of fun, folks, and we'll see you next time as we're going to be talking to the folks, the new director at the Waldo Theater, Miss Susan Hodder. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.
LCTV is your nonprofit community media station. Please donate at lctv.org to keep us strong. Thank you.